Welcome everybody, North Star Ball red card review, focusing on the Dragon Ball Pilaf Saga. We got Dom, which is I again. Dane is back, and
Hello.
today we got Jake Barnett.
I'm present.
He's our
There are pictures up. Make
there are
us look
pictures.
fancy.
They're up.
Yeah, they are.
You guys are a little behind if you're watching the stream. You guys, Dane and Jake, everyone else sees what I'm saying. So
I've got the stream on the side so I can see what's up.
yeah, it's just a delay, so it's talking.
good.
But anyways, we're gonna talk about some red cards. Set 10. This week was crazy because red and yellow came out and a ban list. So a lot to talk about, but we're gonna split it up into 3 parts. So first off, red cards. If you guys ready, we'll just get to it.
Yeah, man.
Start off with
Yeah,
the
man.
unisons. We got Vegito, Sin, and Vegeta, and we already knew about Vegeta, and we already know that he's pretty garbage.
Oh, dude, he's so bad.
Cause
He
Sin,
got power crap before he came out.
cause Sin Shenron, and even the Gotenks in the Unison expansion are like already better versions of the card. There's just more 2-drop options for the Vegeta leader, I
Searching it
guess.
out.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about Vegito and Sin quick?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
So I'll cover Vegito right quick, because that's probably more my realm. This dude is just control city. One, he gains an absurd amount of advantage off of his +1. He actively draws you a card and then free plays a 1-drop red card, right? Or 2 or less?
1-drop.
2 or
One
less. 2 or
mono
less.
red
2 or
battle
less.
card. Oh, 2 or less. I'm sorry. What about
So,
one
right,
mono red?
there are some nuts cards that you could be playing. I mean, if you just literally go +1 draw and then play like Frieza Death's Embrace, cool. Draw another card and then do stuff, like awesome. And then there's -2 until the end of your opponent's next turn. If your opponent plays a battle card using a skill, it goes to the drop area. No one's hard casting battle cards. Basically after turns probably 2, maybe 3, depending on the type of card it is. It's really powerful effect, and I think in something like Prison Frieza, this is the kind of skill that wins you the game. If you drop this on turn 4 and then you just say, okay, no more battle cards, and then you just sit on Kappa's Awakening and After Images, you could do a lot of damage. And then this -5 is effectively just like neat, whatever. It's for Yamcha. They have a clear board, deal of damage, but I don't know how effective clearing board is going to be. Not obviously, it's obviously solid. Anytime there's burn damage, you have to take it, but realistically, you're just wanting to use the +1 to gain super advantage and the -2 to ensure that your opponent can't kill you.
Mm-hmm. I do think for a red card, it is pretty slow to have 4 specified red.
Yes. Red has not been a monocolor in many
A while.
sets. Like
Well,
Pan was
since Pan.
the only one.
Yeah.
But even then, right? Like Pan was the only mono red deck aside from maybe Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Until set
Um,
7, and then that control pan was pretty good.
Right, and so there were some options there, but then there's Sin Shenron and this card. Jesus.
Yeah. Your
Good
red
unison.
cards attack all of active mode. So many red cards love to do that. Miraculous Comeback Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. If he attacks a battle card, KOs it, he deals 2 damage to your opponent.
Yeah.
Yamcha at 100% does the same thing, but its attack can't be negated.
You get Vegeta powerful as ever, which is not totally worth mentioning, but he does deal a damage.
That's true.
There's the Virtuous Strength Gohan deals 1 from the Ultimate Box, and that card could already attack in active mode. So realistically, you just want to make sure that you're plussing it and using your number advantage. Because Sin Shenron's got some good effects, Jake.
Yeah, that's great effects. So choose one, a +1 marker. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards. They get -15 power for the turn. Like that's like just a freeing. What's the card?
Is that all you got?
Is
Oh
all
my
you
God.
got, yeah.
Every turn.
Every turn.
If
Continual
they play a
effects.
20k battle card, I mean, that seems like a real easy way to deal some damage.
Yep, just swing right at it. You get the
Heck yeah.
-2 marker, activate main, look at your opponent's hand, choose up to one battle card with 25 power or less from it, and discard it. The Broly 1-drop effect.
Yeah,
Even better.
crown. Yeah, because you need
Oh,
battle
yeah.
card 25 or less, so a lot more targets.
Um,
You don't have to pay energy to do it, and don't have to
Mhm.
worry about them having energy up. You just do it,
as of now, it can't be counterplayed either.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
Also, Sin's
I
a
think
20k. Same with Vegito. Like 20k on a
so much
Unison is
protection.
I just noticed that, yeah.
Such a
it's
big
huge.
deal.
It's because the Unisons can't combo out of attacks, so being 20k means your opponent's leader has to swing at you with a combo.
Or if they're one of the few swing and gain 5Ks. But
Mhm.
Right.
either way, I mean, it's just like anytime that you can gain value, like, I mean, I just can't believe that that first effect is a +1. Like,
Yeah.
that could have been a +0, and it probably would still be a really good card.
Right.
But you literally, you gain a marker while killing things.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can swing and kill a third thing.
Mhm.
So red
So,
A
being
third thing in
control
active mode.
is pretty good. Yeah, and tech active mode. So the board control that Sin provides,
Yeah.
it's like almost on par to that all the green reveals we had this set, I think.
mhm. It's more slow because right, green really had a lot of board wipes. But red wants to be meticulous because if your opponent plays a 16, 19, or 20k battle card, you want to go Sin Shenron -15 and then swing into it with Yamcha or Miraculous Comeback Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Deal some damage.
And
Yeah.
I think a point to make too is like now your opponent can't choose when to, or has less of an effect to choose when they want to activate blocker. Like if there's a blocker on board, you can just swing at it.
Mm-hmm.
And blockers are
Very, very
probably
useful.
coming up more with the Unison defense.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta, like we said, Sin is a better version. Because all Vegeta really does is lets you attack one of your battle cards or leader gets to attack a card in active mode for a -1. And Sin is just a permanent. All your red cards can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode.
Vegeta is just so lackluster. That one energy is clearly all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think they just made Vegeta a non-super rare, so people that only buy a box or two could make the deck by all accounts.
right. And that
It's also
Vegeta, the
it's worth
Vegeta,
mentioning that Vegeta and Sin can go into like cooler mill to just add more mill
Mhm.
effects, but like I
They
don't think
don't
it's all that
draw.
often. Yeah.
They just do that. But I mean, if a Vegeta, right, if you swing with Vegeta and then you -5, and now he's at 3, and it's basically like 2 energy for removing 3 damage from your leader. Buying more time in a mill deck is really important.
Yeah.
So there
cool.
are options. Doesn't seem great.
All right, so these Unisons, pretty cool. All right, so first leader, we got Pilaf, the first villain in all of Dragon Ball. Well,
Card is so base.
I guess the pterodactyl would be the first reoccurring villain.
Bulma.
Bulma's the
She
first
shot
villain?
him.
Oh man.
She shot him.
Bulma's car.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bulma's.
Bulma's car. So Pilaf, it's our common leader, Earthling. When this card attacks, draw a card. That's nothing new. Awakens at 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more battle cards in play. So this is looking like it wants to be a swarm deck, which
It's
is
really simple to do.
yeah. I don't think we've really have swarm decks like outside of Universe 11, but it's not like a really fast swarm. I don't think.
No, but even then, none of those cards are lethal. I would argue
Yeah.
that deck turned into a swarm deck, but not necessarily how it's intended. Maybe use 6, like the new Kefla builds, the way you're supposed to just like play stuff and then they free play more stuff.
Yeah.
That
But
could be argued, but this is the first real one. He awakens and restands 2, which I think is super weird.
I think Restands
'Cause
2 is good for Unison decks.
it is really good. It's just usually if this is the case and they give you that alternate awakening like that, they clearly want you to awaken immediately.
Hmm.
But okay, why you don't want to awaken and restand 2 on turn 2? Like, it would just be so much better to save it for the turn you drop a unison.
Right? Because Wish Unison is. I know
This is
they
supposed
mentioned that they want the Unisons and leaders you can mix match however you want, but they clearly have stuff going for them. So I think this one's the Vegito, right?
Yeah. And then Yamcha is either Vegito or Sin.
I think it's
Mhm.
Sin because of the attack active mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, we just kind of look, and the
Yeah, the Vegito
leader's
being
active
fours.
main. Yeah, the leader's
It's
active
tough.
main, pretty solid.
Yeah,
You just
just
kill your dudes and then triple attack. Like,
on your Unison.
could
So
you
Sin
throw that on
or
Vegito, and yeah,
20k triple attack for after 3 other swings. Plus, we
hmm
gotta point out, Shu and Mai are leaders now as well.
they are in fact a leader card.
Yep. Before a lot of other things.
Tien Shinhan.
We can't talk about that. Not here.
That's a whole nother
Not
video,
here.
Yeah.
whole nother stream. But yeah, I think it's fun. Fun fact: a lot of the set 5 stuff does work in this deck. Or
Yeah,
actually, some of this stuff that's coming up also works in the set 5 leaders for Pilaf.
Pilaf / Oolong.
Yeah, or Pilaf's. Oh no, that's Pilaf GT. Is it Pilaf GT? I think it is.
They are not. I looked them up.
Yeah,
They're
dang.
both
All right, so
Pilaf.
Pilaf Oolong might have something coming up, but
I mean, we
yeah,
just got to get onto the deck. Those robots.
them robots. So they
Well,
each have a 1-drop and they each have a 2-drop in a mech. Uh,
They each have a subtitle and then the Dragon Ball Chasers.
yep. So the 1-drops are basically, I believe they're like basically Pilaf and Mai are both search top cards of your deck,
Yeah, they're both tutors.
and then
For
Shu is the main one though.
hmm Shu is the best card for sure, because you can yeah, it's an extra card in hand, but for then 1 energy you can play Pilaf Dragon Chaser. Like, so you can literally turn 1, go Shu, an opening hand, and then have any of the 3 robots in your opening hand, and then go sick. 1 energy, play all 3, and then you have 3 15k beaters before your opponent has even played the game.
Yeah, the fact that they're 15, like,
Or no, you have to have 3 or more mono energy. I lied.
oh,
But that's
also
still
this
fine
the
for on
setup is
turn
there.
3.
Yeah, turn 3
One
easy.
energy, 2 cards in hand for 3 15k beaters. You'll take that.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And I believe the Pilaf, Mai, and Shu Dragon Ball Chasers all have the same effect
hmm
if your leader is
Specifically,
Pilaf.
and you have 3 or more mono red. But they all have to play the weird thing is that they have to play energy cost of 2, which I think is just each other and then maybe one other target. I will
No, it's
look
just each
back
other.
check on that.
I'm pretty sure.
Are the other ones all 1
The
drops
the
probably?
set 5 ones are all 1-drops, but the Shu Pilaf's Admirer can play the Dragon Ball Mai, the Mai that grabs a Dragon Ball from set 5,
hmm
or the Pilaf that goes into the mech from set 5. So Shu here works in both decks. So
Nice.
something, just something to think about. Anniversary boxes are coming up. Maybe we'll see. King Piccolo might make a return. We'll see.
Let's hold on to that hope.
One can dream. Jake, yeah, anything you want to add to the squad?
I definitely don't.
This is the boring archetype. We just gotta get
You
through it.
know, I like this stuff. This is the fun
Yeah.
stuff that I'll probably play with. If World Peace was back, actually it doesn't matter
Ooh,
because they need to do
Wild
a
Wish?
peel off leader, and they flipped the Oolong, so never mind. But
Mm,
they
I'm only
are
halfway through Dragon Ball,
targets.
so
They are targets for Birth of a Super Saiyan God.
because they are Earthlings,
They
2
are
drop
Earthling
Earthlings.
that
Yeah.
are red or yellow. So they got some play around. The rest of the archetype, Pilaf's Castle It's a weird field card.
It doesn't gain you advantage. It says 1 energy, cycle 3 cards because you play it, cycle down 2, and draw 3. So like, I just don't. I made it smaller specifically because I was just like, this card is not great. You might play it just to cycle because you can play cards out of your deck
Yeah, you can
instead.
only play the 2-drops out of deck, I believe.
But like, you're gonna run 4 of each copy anyway. So like,
I guess so
it
they're not
shouldn't
dead.
matter that much.
I think the
Um,
design is turn 1 play field, turn 2
Play.
a 2-drop, turn
Well, but
3
what's the point?
activate
'Cause you don't-
3-drop.
Yeah, I think you would wanna. I don't know.
Are they autos? No, yeah, they're autos. When this
I
card is
don't know,
played, no,
man.
you don't want to do that turn 3. Turn 2.
Yeah, because you have
Turn
to
2
wait.
is probably Vegeta
You
Unison.
you could ostrich form if you decide that like actually it's from your battle area. No, from your drop area. So like if they go there in any sort of way, whether you combo with them or your opponent makes you drop cards, you could maybe do that on turn 2. But
Yeah, still weird. Surge Q, rest in peace.
It'll be fine.
Actually, you still need leader peel off for the other one, so yeah, it's weird.
not worth. Not worth.
I'm gonna tinker with this. This is kind of my style of fun decks. Doesn't seem super competitive, but it's
I mean,
Shu and peel off
And my.
and my.
and my. Not my future though.
No.
Definitely not. No.
The
That's a
Cradle
horror.
Pepper
Robber.
character.
Totally fine.
Yeah, she's like 40 and getting it on with an 18-year-old. Very cool, my very hip.
All right. So the squad they combine total anime style,
Dude,
triple attacker 25, pretty
for
good.
3. Yeah, it's pretty lackluster as a boss monster. Just knowing that it can't be much. Granted, the thing is though is that on turn 3, again, you could just go 3 energy peel off machine. Because if you have them in your drop area for whatever reason, mill, dropped, comboed away, whatever, you can play a 25k triple attack on turn 3, which can clear out a unison. It can deal a bunch of damage and be pressure. Likewise, it could just attack twice and then stay up, so it's not even harmable.
If you're running
It just seems
Sin
pretty
or
good.
actually I could see this running the Vegeta because the turn 2 play of just playing Vegeta
Mm-hmm.
and then letting this
And-
attack active mode for the turn.
Yep.
Just a clear
Super
board.
solid.
Yeah. Tao is there because I feel like he fits with
Free
this
play.
archetype more because if you have 3 or more non-token battle cards, he just comes into play and
And
gains
he's
crit
a 15k crit.
for free.
Full free.
And then ostrich
Um,
form blocker minus 25 to something when you play it.
Removal and play a blocker. Again, the issue is going to be I don't see how the deck puts these cards in the drop area very quickly or efficiently, which could end up harming the deck. We'll have to
Well,
see.
I mean, play out the combo for me here. Sorry if I'm misled
No.
here. But you play Shu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Place this card in drop area, choose 1 peel off card in your hand. And so on turn 3, you play Shu, you play peel off. Off of
Mhm.
peel off, you play Mai. Off of Mai, you play Shu.
Yes.
And then all 3 of them you can just pop with your leader skill if you're awakened. So all 3 of them go to drop, and you play the machine. And now you've got a on turn 3 triple attack 25k, and you can make your unison card triple attack. So you pretty much have 6. You have 1, 2,
Howard,
3.
Did you? I was gonna say, on turn 2 you played Vegeta?
Sure.
Okay, so then on turn 1 you had to play Shu
Yeah.
because on turn
Oh no,
unless
you're
you're
still
awakening.
awakening turn 3 though, aren't you? Or no? Because you played
Suppose.
Shu.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you could just awaken. Yeah, he's right because you can just awaken when you have 3 cards. So
Ah.
I mean you tap out, but yeah.
And then
Yeah, but then you get
how
3 15k swings, and then 3 25k swings, and then 3 whatever unison card swings.
And you
That's
know
a lot
what?
of swings.
Actually, he is super duper right because Vegeta's auto is not once per turn. It's just when this card attacks.
Mhm.
So he gains 3 markers in a turn.
Did we just make Vegeta a little better? Should let me
That's
go back
way
to
better.
Vegeta. Let's take a look at
Sorry
That's
that.
way
about it.
That's way better because then, on turn 1, you can maybe play Pilaf's Castle just to have its effect up, and then Vegeta kind of sits there and swings, kind of naturally gains advantage, but then you use your leader skill to give Vegeta triple attack, and the auto goes off every time, so he's just like -5, -5, -5, and then you use his -1 to give Pilaf +5 and
And he just
attack battle
gains
card.
markers forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay,
solid.
okay. See, this is why we have people come on, we talk it out. This is why we do the podcast style of these card reviews, because we discover things.
A lot of the shorter videos do come out faster, but there's a lot of stuff that gets missed. Like a lot of stuff that gets missed.
Missed or
I won't name.
overlooked. Like I watched some
Yeah,
videos this morning, and
just
some people
completely.
were confused why some erratas were there, and it's clearly listed on the site, but they missed it.
I think we're talking about the exact same
Yeah.
interaction
Yep.
in the card, but no names.
No names. So yeah, Vegeta. Okay, yeah. So we got ideas for
Okay.
Pilaf. I think we're gonna play with this. Maybe we'll have a video come out with the combo,
Yeah.
playing the deck,
Actually,
because it's kind of my style. I think
yeah,
I'm liking
You
it.
go for it, Dan.
I will.
do it. We'll build it afterwards. We can even keep streaming it as we build. Get
Sure.
input from the chat. But
So
let's go to
that's
these other.
yeah
These
the randos. Earthling, Ox King. Go.
vanilla
He,
30k and super combo are small.
yeah, cause yeah. What's fun with Ox King though is I'm binging OG Dragon Ball right now. Ox King and Grandpa Gohan are both 3-drop 30Ks, and they're
It is
also
very fun.
uh basically like rivals. They're both
Oh,
Master
yeah.
Roshi's students, so fun.
Mhm.
Red and
They're-
blue definitely have the best 30ks, by the way, and it's not close.
Yeah. Well, there's a
Like,
Goku in yellow.
yeah, and that one's cool, but like that's also the only one that's cool. Red has Ox King, Grandpa Gohan, Zarbon,
Hell yeah.
Frost.
Frost, yeah,
Frost is
full power
okay.
Frost.
They have
Okay,
more
I mean, yeah,
interactions
but
with it, but yeah.
Blue's got Dabura, Vados, Majin Buu,
Mr. Boo.
yeah, Great Saiyaman. No, that's actually it's a Majin Buu.
Oh, wait.
And then Great Saiyaman. Like it's super cool. But whatever. We got other cards.
Mhm.
Ulan Goku's pal. He's a good 1-drop target to play with Vegito.
No. Hold on. Oh wait, there's only one for the battle. Never mind. I was gonna say play this in Pilaf and we'll just plus 10 to our Vegeta, but
Mhm.
meh.
Yeah.
Card nearly dropped
He's like a super combo
for the battle.
basically,
Kinda for
but you have
one.
to play. So
So he becomes
Vegito's
basically.
effect, he works well with the Bulma super combo we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good target for that. Master Roshi,
Roshi. That's so
counterattack.
cool. Big fan.
Red Unison, you play it, but your opponent can't attack with battle cards 2500 power or more.
That's so cool. I love it.
I like it, but
helps.
I feel like everything's 20k, 15k.
That's
Jumbo
just
up.
kind of the way the meta has gone. But like, if we go back to tall, then
Yeah.
this card becomes very powerful.
Mhm.
Or if there's like a strategy that a certain deck needs to use. So like
Yeah. Red baby.
Red
Yeah,
Baby,
red, we already yellow baby.
Toa only is gonna attack with the
Ooh.
30k.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Granted, I don't think Toa is gonna be super great, even with all the new cards, but we'll talk about that later. There are other generic stuff here. We have the bad Goku.
That's the rare.
You
Yeah.
you just can't convince me that this card is worth playing.
Basically, like it's like intensifying power trunks, but instead of gaining crit, he restands himself.
But that's the thing though, is that Piccolo from the Draft Box 5 restands himself, even if he can't attack again. So if you're trying to deal 2 damage, you'll just play Kaba instead. If you're
Right.
trying to keep a Self Awakener in active mode, you'll just play Piccolo instead.
It's like they want this to be anti-unison, and then it also kind of fits with the
The
attack
battle
active
card
mode
removal.
battle
Yeah.
cards to like clear the
Mhm.
board, but that's not gonna be till later if you're playing Sin like turn 3. He's not even an Earthling. You can't play him off the Bulma. You can play him off Vegito, but then you're not attacking active mode battle cards anymore.
And on turn 4, presumably you're not
You're-
picking up life.
Right, and you're not trying to play a 1-drop.
There's just not enough going for it.
Peel off missile counterplay. So this is a rare counterplay cycle that we have. It's Beerus Ball, but you can discard 2 cards if you have a unison in play. Beerus
I
Ball
think
was not that great.
this card is easily the worst of the rare counterplays.
Red seems to have
Yeah.
that theme.
I just don't know why it's 15k or less. If it was 20, it's like, okay, there's a reason to play this over denial, but
Well, there's that new pretty much pseudo denial Goku in the Unison expansion.
mhm. But that card, even that costs a credit of life, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it just doesn't seem worth it at all.
No,
like
I agree.
I even side Beerus Ball in like my hit deck I ran, and like I think I only used it against the Majin Buu deck when it was a Majin Buu archetype
Yeah.
only, not before U3 stuff. I'm pretty sure U3 doesn't spam. Do they spam 15Ks?
Nagrishi's a 15k, but
Yeah. So that's like the only thing I would see it used for. It's against hyper aggro.
The only other thing I see use for here is by choosing 2 other cards in your hand and discarding them. So going back to peel off, I mean, I
mhm.
guess you could discard your peel off pieces to bring them out later, or just filling your drop for like denial, familial bonds.
Yeah.
It still feels super inefficient because -3 to stop 1 card from being played.
Yep.
Depends on the card, but I don't.
Yeah.
We'll see how the meta shapes out. Is a card that is based on how the meta is, so we'll see. I think we're good to move on. Chi-Chi, Earthling, Super Combo, 15k. Cool.
Now into the more interesting archetype.
The man, the myth, the legend.
IMO.
Yamcha.
Both
Oh.
sides has the same first auto. Attacks, look up 2 cards. Pick a red card, which means you have to show it to your opponent. Add it to your hand and gains 5k for the turn.
That hurts. Showing a card, especially the way this archetype seems to want to play, having to show the card that you take to your hand. You're going to be trying to play this big bluffing game with a super rare from later on, and showing cards that you add to your hand is not good.
Yeah. Although Awakening at 5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
That is quite good, and it still has the full 4 life effect of 1 and 1.
Yeah. And then his
Early
other
Awaken.
auto. If you have red units card in play, if your opponent takes any damage from a non-keyword skill,
Deal 1 damage.
Yep, on a battle card or unison card, deal 1 damage to your opponent.
So some of the common ways that we were discussing. So obviously Vegito deals 1. There's the Great Ape Goku that will soon be dealing 1. I still think that the best option is probably going to be the Yamcha at 100%, and if not, playing Nappa for 4. In this meta where counterplays are becoming less common is quite strong because it's still 4 energy to burn 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Or
that's a fair energy sink.
um
Definitely if
or
you win the game at turn 4
yeah,
in a red
if you're
deck.
playing red green, obviously you get access to 2 really big burns. You get access to SS3 scramble. Yikes. And I think more importantly, Liquor Run.
Well,
You can
explain
play
how that's actually the burn though.
so Liquor Run, when Liquor Run gets played, it's a 5-drop red green card with Alliance. So or actually it's just a 5-drop red green card. So you can play Gogeta Acrobatic Warrior. When he gets switched to rest mode by Alliance, you deal a damage to your opponent. So for 3 energy, because this is going to be the most efficient energy wise, other than maybe free playing the Yamcha, but that kind of all depends on what your opponent does. You'll play that for 3, swing Alliance, have a big number crit, and then burn 2 to your opponent immediately with Yamcha and Gogeta. 3 energy.
Yep. Although I do want to like keep in mind with how this set has a lot of early awakening now. I
Mhm.
think that's why the burn, like a burn deck outside of um, Invoker last set, is coming up now. Is that people can awaken earlier and
Sure.
have more life and can protect it a little better.
Using it as a
Mhm.
resource rather than something that you have to have in your hand.
Yeah.
Certainly true.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Plus 5. Plus
I
5 on both swings.
that's really good. I do think you can't sleep on that burn damage though, for
Mm-mm.
sure. That can just sneak up and win games. Should we get into the archetype, the deck cards?
Let's
Go
get
for
it.
I mean, okay, there's with Yamcha, there isn't like if your leader's Yamcha cards. So these are like the cards that, well, there's one. These are the cards that I thought fit with it better.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. It's kind of weird. Like I think this is the first color to not have like set
Super
things it wants to
archetypal.
do. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's really open. We got Oolong, the mini face. He's a blocker, 210k. Not bad stat line. When he's KO'd, you draw a card, so he faces himself. And one of your red unison cards gets plus 5k for the turn, so it's very defensive to
Yeah,
keep your
super.
unison alive.
Hmm.
It's like a bean for unison.
Yep.
Free play blocker.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
And I was gonna say Birth of a Super Saiyan God target as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Vegito
Neo
can
blocker.
play him for free,
Vegito can play him
which
for
is
free.
really good for defense on Vegito. You just go play for 4, play if you have the blocker out from a previous turn. Actually, no, you just play for free off of Vegito's effect, and then they swing, you block, kill it, and then Vegito goes to 25 for the turn.
Yeah,
And
like
25 is
Nice and
really
safe.
hard to deal with.
you're not getting through that anytime soon.
Hmm.
I feel like
Especially if you
Chi-Chi.
have Chi-Chi.
yeah, with Jishi, yeah, Jishi is
Free block.
it's like that Gohan from the green, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't have any additional effects. Gohan is like supposed to be killed with this, so it just seems like another version of a free blocker,
Yeah,
which is good. They'll always be good because it's a 1 card out of hand, stop an attack, and in this case it blocks, which is sometimes better, sometimes worse.
I think
Just kind of depends.
blockers are just gonna be a little bit more popular coming up because of the unison protection and how
Yeah.
many cards rely on unison cards in play.
Right. Because you're not
Mhm.
going to be negating every turn and every attack.
And then it's a 0-5K at worst comes to worst. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling with how like looking at these red cards, like you have options to go fast and options to just like be very
Chill.
controlled.
Yeah.
It was really
very.
fun.
It was a really weird shift when they went from red as the aggro color, and then they were like, but also Prison Frieza exists now.
It's kind of like if anyone was at the very beginning of our stream where we just kind of chatted, like Hearthstone was kind of like that, where Warrior was like the aggro deck, and now it's like control, like the
Mhm.
red, like
It was
Yes,
Fiery
I
War
concur.
Axe, and then now it's armor for days.
so.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah, I know
Very
Dane doesn't
understandable.
know Hearthstone much at all. Just outside of that, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
red just seems very control. It can be very control or very aggro, so it's like very flexible.
Can we talk about the cool card?
We
Look
talk
at
about the
her.
cool card now. Bulma.
She's holding an Uzi, dude.
Hell
Real
yeah.
cool.
Is that even Pilaf Saga? That was okay. Another tangent real quick. Half these cards aren't even in the Pilaf Saga. Like the mech, that's in the Fortune Teller Baba Saga. So just Bandai messing up, but sagas don't really care in this game yet. Yep. They're there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Super combo. If your leader is red and you and your opponent have a total of 8 cards in life, you get to play
One
one
of the first times
Earthling.
we've seen that.
Yeah.
That like cost.
If you
Mhm.
combo, draw a card, and if it's your turn, play one red Earthling with a cost of 1 from your hand and play it.
Hmm.
Solid.
So
Yeah.
this is one other card that Cronoa.
Yeah.
Can hit.
Cronoa can hit this along with the swap Pan,
Pan.
but no one did that anyways.
No.
But yeah,
I love swapping into super combos.
right. Cronoa is in the starter deck for the black starter deck,
Hmm.
so we'll see. Depends how Earthlings go. I got
still
hope.
don't think
I got hope.
I still don't think this super combo will get played. It's just a little conditional for getting its effect, and it's kind of like too little, too late. Almost right. Like some of these probably solid for playing that oolong, but I can't imagine too many other one drops you'd rather be playing, aside from maybe herself
Fortune Teller
or
Baba. Oh, you can play yourself, can't you? Can you?
yeah.
Oh yeah, one drop.
One drop.
One drop Earthlings.
Oh yeah.
And so she could use like the active main.
Yeah,
But like
give a unison that Vegeta. It's okay. Vegeta's growing on me, but
like it's got to be used on your turn. It only plays a single Earthling, and it's not like there's some like red blocker that you could be playing out of your hand that could stay protected or anything. You're just like
you can play
you basically
Bandage and go up the
y-
Bandage
yeah.
chain. My Grandpa
Stop,
Gohan
stop,
package.
stop, stop,
Ugh.
stop, stop, stop. Turn Pilaf Saga.
It's Fortune
Or
Teller
Fortune
Baba
Teller
Saga.
Baba. I don't know. It's all the same. Sorry, dog.
Yeah.
was-
But like it just feels like you have to commit a lot of deck space to make this card worth it, and it happens late in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both players have to be at 4, so if you're playing against those early awakening decks again,
Wow.
might not be at 4 right away when you want to do this.
Well, you can be at 5 and 3, 4 and 6, and all.
Yeah. I do like that there are ways to play these low drops that you kind of like. I wish this was on board, but I'd rather not play one right now for it.
Mhm.
Like I can use this or something else. So if that theme keeps going on, I think that's really good, but we'll see. We just need better one drop Earthlings. Because if you could just play Frieza Death's Embrace with this, like that, ooh, that would have been so good.
That would have been so good.
But you can't.
But no.
But I know that a lot of people have been saying that at least this Bulma super combo makes the chain attack Trunks a true 2 mana play or 2 energy play,
Which is super strong.
Yeah.
which is really strong.
Imagine chain Zenoing, like you just like dump your whole hand, and then you just keep 2 energy up to chain attack Trunks. And since Zeno doesn't wipe out unisons, you could just keep Vegito up or something.
Hmm.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Last card, super
Poir.
fast. is
The only one
Da-
that cares
Da-
about Yamcha leader. Actually,
No,
it only
it's,
cares about Yamchas in
okay.
general.
Yamcha cards.
Yeah.
So effectively, it's just Deluge of Power,
Yeah, for a Yamcha.
which is solid because it could be the leader or a battle card. I don't think it'll see any
Only
play.
only on your turn.
Yeah, and only on your turn. So like maybe it could be a 2 of in a deck that focuses on the at 100% burn, but
Yeah.
I'd rather just play 2 cards from hand than have to give up deck space for this card.
It's nice for the aggro, but yeah. Cool. Here we go.
Good cards.
The main cards. Yamcha, Desert Hyena. When the rares first were announced, we're like, this card's good, but like, how do you get it out?
Let's talk about Goku first, just because that is going to be really quick, and then Yamcha will lead into the rest of the deck.
Goku, you have to run all red because 5 Pacific cost red, but he deals 1 damage.
Yeah.
He does at the
And with
cost of
Yamcha lead, there's 2.
2 crits.
Yeah, with Yamcha lead, that is 2.
2 for 2.
And then it's the biggest, honestly, the only thing that matters is that it has deflect. That's the only reason you would ever play this card over Nappa or whatever, because people go, I'm going to side in Hidden Potential, Preemptive Strike, Denial of Hope, that new blue counterplay. There's just answers to it. There's effectively no answers to this card.
Right.
But you have to crit 2 life. So you have to be ahead and trying to burn your opponent, which is not always easy. On turn 5, pretty consistently you'll be at 2 life. You have to be at 3 to play this card, which is really scary.
You pretty much have to guarantee game if you're just going to deal that 1 damage.
Yeah, it could be worth like a 1 of slot, or maybe in the side deck if you look at your opponent's deck and it's the kind of deck that would run the counter plays.
Mhm.
Maybe you're playing against blue yellow, you know they're going to sideboard Frostedly Poison, so take out your 2 Nappas and throw in 2 Son Goku Savagery Awakened.
Yeah, I think it does help against the control deck then. Like, if you need to push that for the win.
Especially against control, where they are playing those cards, chances are they haven't hit your life as much as other decks. So
Also, it's a 110k, which we thought weren't going to be a thing for monocolor.
crazy.
Saw that.
And the yellow got shafted. Yellow just has some weird 110k choices.
Yeah,
But like red and yellow just got 110ks after
weird.
green and blue got none and black got none.
It's okay. They got extra super rares, and it makes up for it, I think.
Oh yeah, that seems real fair. I would way rather have 110ks than an extra super rare every set.
All right,
At least
Yamcha, your boss monster for the Yamcha deck. No, wait,
Jake's got
yeah,
this one.
sure.
Jake's got this one.
Get
He's
it,
got
Jake.
it. He built the deck already almost.
Yeah, I didn't put this in the deck yet because it wasn't revealed. But if your leader card is red, choose this card gets plus 10k power like permanently. An auto once per turn during a battle where this card is attacking your opponent activates when your opponent activates a counter skill, switch this card to active mode. So when swinging at a battle card or at a leader card, essentially dual attack. And then auto, once per turn, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode and it gets plus 10k power and triple strike for the duration of the turn. For the turn.
Effectively triple attack.
Yeah, triple attack, 40k, triple strike if you're trying to clear board with it. But as we were saying, it was tough to cheat out until other cards were revealed.
I do
And
like the permanent because it's kind of like a balancing, I guess. But it's not because
Yeah.
he's not just a 30k. He's still a 4-drop 20k, so he can be counterplayed because he doesn't get that 10k till he's on the board.
mhm.
So that's kind of cool.
I think it's
time.
just yeah, it's time, but it's also just really scary. Still 4-drop, still 20k. Those are the prime numbers for every
And-
counterplay
and
in the game.
Mhm.
When we get to yellow, we'll talk about mini FDP.
Yep. So what makes the deck work, or makes that Yamcha work? We'll get to that last. We know which one it is. Everyone's
Yeah.
looking at it.
where
But
the eyes
let's
go.
start with this Yamcha Merciless Barrage. So red and yellow both got an extra super rare compared to all the other colors that came out. They still
As
have
of
the
now.
they still have the 2 cycles, the counterplay battle card that plays itself for free. Yep. And they have the counter attack that doesn't actually stop an attack. Oh, actually, this one does because you choose the attacking battle card or leader card.
Well, it doesn't stop the attack. You can still combo.
Correct. But
Mhm.
you're right. So the counterplay, choose up to 2 of your opponent's cards. They get minus 15 power for the duration of the turn. Then play this card.
So free, is that all you got with a 15k body?
Easily the worst of the free counterplays, though.
Pretty
Yep,
nice
it
and
is
cooler though.
Yeah, it is. It's great and cooler. Fantastic.
Cooler's liking it.
It's just hard to believe that this card will be that great. It is solid board removal, and we're in a pretty wide meta. But in comparison to Trunks and Frieza, which basically say, no, you cannot play the card that might make me lose the game, Yamcha still lets it happen.
I mean, we kind of saw it coming with how Red's cards have been, like these type of cards. Would have been great. What would have been great if the 4-drop Yamcha had like an evolve on a 3-drop.
Ooh, yeah.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool with this and 100% EX evolve play in active mode. Ooh.
That would have been good.
But yeah,
I will say,
Yamcha's kind of
you can counterplay, and then so if your opponent has 2 cards on board and one of them is like a 30k, as soon as they play one, you can counterplay minus 15 to both, and then if they swing, you can then Wolfang Fist to then minus 15 it again and pop a 30k.
Yeah, ignoring barrier. That's
Mhm.
nice. Wolfang Fist is also free, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I just think that's why it's most important is that all these extra counterattacks are just like free on unisons, which is really important since we continually tap out to play our unisons.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as cheating in a unison except for Vigex.
All right, Bulma the Bunny Girl. Everyone's looking at it. Yep. It's a card finally. Took long enough, actually.
Why Bandai?
Oh. Cuz
The
Toriyama back in the
horny.
day.
All the horny.
Yep.
Get the horny
It's
kids away
I
from me.
play this game for the mechanics, not
It's
for the art.
it's great because she has like one of the best effects for
Yeah,
the
it's
deck
really
too.
cool. Mhm.
She's a
Easily the
so
best.
unique
This
blocker.
is the card that make it.
When one of your red Earthling cards other than a Bulma, so your super combo or the one drop Bulma from set 8, because that does play a lot of one drop Earthlings. No Saiyans. That one
Yeah,
plays Saiyans. Never
but
mind.
it has to be a non-Bulma card.
Yeah, so it has to be a non-Bulma card. So I guess not itself.
It can't be
Right.
itself. It can't be the one drop from set 8. It can't be the super combo from this set.
Yeah,
But it can still be a Bulma GT.
that's true. That's also a good
Sure,
target for this effect.
No, it couldn't because it's not. It's gonna be in rest mode, so it'll just swing into it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So one of your one drop or one of your mono, no, just red. Why mono?
Yeah,
Red.
No, one of
just
your
red
red
Earthling.
non-Bulma
Earthling.
Earthlings. Leave a battle area by a skill, not KO, not by a just by a skill. You play this card from your hand and play one red Earthling only. That's the first time you got something like this, which is
Mhm.
cool. Earthling only battle card, costs a 4 or less when you drop. So big Yamcha.
And Yamcha at 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
So that's the
And
thing
then-
is you can play a Yamcha at 100%, and if it does get removed by a skill, you can then do it again.
Do it again. It's very cycle and nice. It's not going to be that many answers to it. I would really like to point out how this is a Bulma that's a blocker, which
Mhm.
means you can play the set 5 Vegeta for free.
Yep, the
Or the
20K
set,
red yellow.
Yeah, the set 8 one.
I was gonna say set 5. What are you talking about?
Way early.
I'm thinking about Yamcha.
Yeah, Yamcha red yellow would be cool.
I think that's the color to play.
Yeah.
Perhaps red green with the burn, but I think I'd rather play a very consistent double striker, like free double striker, and have access to Beerus super combo. And then if you do play Yamcha at 100%, having Whis super combo is so good.
Mhm.
You just go, okay, swing with Yamcha into this 15 or 20k card, minus 10 to it, plus 10 to myself. That's such a huge number difference. Your opponent's going to basically have to take it or kill every card in their hand.
Yep.
And then, like we said, if you could just combo this Bulma away if like that turn you play it, because it doesn't say once per turn. It's just unique to board. So if you combo away this Bulma, if your opponent removes that Yamcha at all and you have another Bulma in hand, just do it. Like what Goku Gohan is gonna prevent that from happening. Because Goku Gohan goes to energy, but if you have a Yamcha in hand, you can just pitch it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, with this being your like keystone card of the deck, now we're back to the talk about the leader, how you reveal a card when you draw it. So now if your opponent knows you have Bulma, the bunny girl in your hand, like now they're
Yep.
not gonna blow up your card with a skill most likely.
And you don't want to throw it to your drop area because then it reveals that it's one less Bulma they have to worry about, but also that you just don't have it. You just lose access to it.
Yeah. So your opponent is gonna have to make it's kind of like offering without being offering, I guess. Like they'll know and they have to make the
It's a
decision.
hidden offering.
Yeah, they have to make the decision like, do I want you to get this? Do I have the answer for this? Do I want to take care of your card without attacking it, or do I just want to hit your face or your unison card?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes your opponent have to make decisions. So I guess that's good in itself, because if you make your opponent make decisions, that's more
Mhm.
bad decisions they could make.
And the more decisions they make throughout a day,
Yep.
decision fatigue is so real.
It's definitely like big tournaments later in the day.
Dude, it was totally fine. I played the exact same way round 7 that I did round 2.
All right.
Um,
So
just a cool card.
yeah, I think red as a whole, I think it's really fun. It's probably one of
Yeah.
the ones I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah. I've always liked red.
Yeah.
I think it's actually the color I'm looking least to the forward to playing, but it's one of the ones I'm really excited to try to build and experiment with because Yamcha is one of the few leaders that I think in this set can work with multicolor, like traditional multicolor of turn one charge a multicolor and then play 3 or 4 energy buddies in your deck. If only because he searches for any red card, does not matter what if it's multicolor on the leader search, but also because Sin Shenron is going to be the main unison card you play, and then you'll probably run like a 4-2 split or a 4-3 or a 3-3 split of Sin and Vegito. So turn 2, you're not going to tap out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You
So you can
could,
tap out turn 1, and then you can leave 2 up for counterplays.
if you're running a lot of multicolor, you could discard a multicolor and never tap out for a multicolor because you can run your angel energies
Energy. Yeah, it just you have to wait a little longer.
just to get it out. Like turn 2, you could play it if you discard
Yeah.
red yellow.
Absolutely. I do actually want to talk about Jake's deck list from before real quick.
Okay.
Jake is a genius because of 21 the Brilliant Scientist
Mm-hmm.
and how easy it is to play Chain Attack and then just play Brilliant Scientist, and then your opponent has 2 non-interactable battle cards that are only 10k
Yep.
on the
And
board.
you stick on board.
So they basically can't combo them away. They can't choose, oh, I'm just not going to play battle cards. You go, okay, cool.
I'll play them for you.
Yeah, like awesome. Super duper cool. That was really smart. I could not that was like dummy smart. Proud of you, Jake.
Thanks.
I would love
It
to
was just a thought.
see that come to fruition.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is probably the color we'll play with the most.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think overall, red got a weaker set reveal as
For
compared
sure.
to the other colors, but I mean, it's all Yamcha. What did you expect?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Bulma. So Bulma the Bunny Girl forever will be pretty good because just free playing any red only Earthling. Anytime they print red Earthlings, they now have to be careful because of this card.
Yeah, but then again, it's removed by an opponent's skill, so it's like.
But again,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be an issue if they printed lower, right? So like if it was Frost Before the Storm, if that exact card was just an Earthling instead,
or Frieza Death's Embrace. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like those cards are like
Those are big ones.
problems.
Yeah,
You
that's
need to
true.
get rid of them. But right now, it's just that there's not really that many terrifying 1 or 2 drop red Earthlings that you really want to play.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about intensifying power Trunks is just kind of like a threat to say, hey, remove this card or I will just chain attack. Our initial thought went before Bulma was revealed was chain attack into the Majin Buu, the Reincarnator, to play Yamcha from drop.
Yeah.
Which is still a really big setup, but now that Bulma's out, if you run both of those, they have to make a decision, and either way it's coming out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Unless they run denial, preemptive, whatever. In which case, then, okay, you still free play a blocker. That'll play a 20k
Yeah,
double
because if
striker
they
after it dies.
she has like 2 different counter windows. She has her auto, the first part of the auto, and the second part, or is it all one?
So she has. So she will have her own 2, and then she will activate another 2.
That's what I thought.
Because it'll be a card is removed.
Yeah.
Okay, Bulma auto, reveal in hand, counterplay window 1. If she doesn't hit the board, her auto won't go off. But then if she does hit the board, they have another counter window that they could feasibly like Vegeta the Cruel or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll play, her auto will go off, counter window 1 to play something, don't have to reveal which one yet. And then counterplay window 2, I've chosen this card, it is now in play.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of options.
I wonder,
Just a good
you think
card.
it's gonna get an SPR and then they would sell so many packs.
Ooh.
So many packs be sold.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do for the SPRs. Is
It's
it
gonna
gonna
be a
an innate?
unisons.
Is
There's
it
gonna be
gonna be
there's gonna be some unison SPRs for sure.
For sure. I don't know that.
There has
though.
to be. Like it's the whole new thing.
But
There's
at the
what?
same
Is there
time,
10 super SPRs?
do we even have? We have what?
Yeah, 10.
4 SPR extra cards. I don't know that we'll get unison cards as an SPR right away.
We could get the rares as SPRs, the boss rares like that Yamcha, Zamasu, Goku.
I think that would be a great one because those are that really sucks that this Yamcha deck that is so super cool that you're like, okay, well, if you are like a Yamcha fan, if Yamcha's your favorite character, the card that you kind of have as like your display card is Yamcha the Desert Hyena, and it's like, that's not a shiny card.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't come foil anymore
Yeah, it could.
automatically.
Inherently, which is super stupid, but whatever. It just makes rare foils even more difficult to get.
At least it's not a shatter foil.
I'd rather have shatter foil than no foil.
Lies. No one wants shatter
But
foils.
I would over no foils because okay, so imagine this world, right? You're spending money on packs, and then you just open a pack, and there's just no good cards, and there's not even a shiny card in the back.
Or are they gonna make a foil no matter what in the pack though? Isn't
Yeah,
that
I
what
think
like
that-
Magic
That
does?
that's
I think
what.
I've read that there will be a shiny card per pack no matter what.
Okay, that would
I
be
can't
great.
I
That
can't
would be
confirm that, but I think I've read that somewhere in the Facebook.
That's how it was in Naruto, and that's how it is in Pokemon.
that's
I
not
think
including the
old
SR,
Dragon
right?
Ball one,
Correct.
not
Yeah.
including the S.
So you'll get 2 shinies if you pull an SR.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Panini Dragon Ball did it. Panini and Score.
I think so. I never
think
I
they
never
had-
played
I
those
think
ones actually.
I think they had a yeah. Where's Josh?
Josh.
I think they had every foil set, but we are like pushing it exactly an hour, which is great timing for us. We'll get our
So-
another guest.
Yep. So thanks for watching this one. We're gonna. Yeah.
Move on.
Thanks
over
for
to
watching this
Gemma.
one.